Well, hi, welcome to AKamaiChats. My name is Annie Toledo, and here we talk about businesses that you can start if you are retired, if you're getting ready to retire, or you want to just get out of your job because you just don't like it. So that's what we do here at AKamaiChats. Today, I'm really excited about this topic because I don't know what box it fits in, but I want to share with you a story about a friend of mine that started this business, and he did it for like 15, maybe 20 years. He did it for a really, really long time. And it was basically advertising. And the reason why he was able to do it for so long is because we had this with the cable company. They gave us a channel, like a local channel that people could go and rent a movie, like a TV level video camera. They could record their things and they would put it on TV. It was called OC16, Oceanic Cable Channel 16. It was called OC16. And all kind of people recorded stuff and put it on TV. Like, they did a family reunion all over on TV, that kind of thing. And it was super fun. But he had his own channel on this. He had his own show on this channel. And he did it for years. And he just basically went and he covered community events, and then he got sponsors and he visited the sponsors, and he covered he went to their restaurant or their store or whatever, talked about all the things. And that's the kind of business that he had. He did it for a long time. And I don't think he's doing it anymore. But anyway, so how it worked was, and you could do this. Anyway, the reason why I'm telling you this is because you could do this on your own YouTube channel. So it's like being on TV, right? So, and you can do it you can film it with your phone, even if you wanted to, or get a digital SLR and you could upload the images and the videos to your YouTube channel. But so how it went was, and this is how he made money, right? And how he made a living out of it. He would, let's say he went to a restaurant, right? He'd go to the restaurant and say, hey, you want to be on my show? I can come by and I can interview you and some of your staff, and we can show some of your signature dishes, and we can try them and everything. And then, so he would give them like a 15-minute segment or 10-minute segment, interview the owner and all this kind of thing, and hype it up. And then, so he would do like, maybe he had half an hour show, and he would maybe do 2 or 3 different segments within the show. And then in between, so when he went to the business, he would like maybe do it on trade, right? So if it was a restaurant, they would give him gift certificates and he can come and eat there, as often as he wanted, until he ran out of the gift certificates. It was a value of the advertising. Let's say it was like, $500 to $1,000 for this segment. He would get gift certificates so that he could eat and take his family. And he also used it, leveraged it as currency to trade for other things. And then so he would do that. And then in between his segments, he had his own commercial. So he would make a commercial and not do it on trade. He would do it like on cash. He would make a commercial and have the guy pay him for that. And that was his revenue. So he would interview 3 restaurants, for example, or a store, whatever, 3 clients, and then he would insert his commercials in between there. He did all the editing and everything himself, but you could do the same thing with the magic of the internet and all the wonderful tools we have, like Canva, like I showed you. You could do the same thing. So in your little town, let's say you live in a small town, and there's not many opportunities for you to be like a consultant, for a business consultant, but you could do that. You could make your own little show, and you could take it on the road, go to the next town, the next town, the next town. So he made a whole living out of that. So he did trade. Okay. So trade is where you trade goods for services. He drove a car. He drove a Honda for like years on end, and he never paid for it, because he did it all on trade. So he did the Honda dealer, and he did their commercials, and he was also in their commercials that they ran on TV, because everybody knew this guy. He was super famous. Okay, his name is Tiny Tadani. Hi, Tiny. I hope you watch my video. In fact, I'm going to share it with you. So So that's what he did. He did it on trade, all the big stuff he did on trade, or whatever he was interested in. He did it on trade. And he had a cell phone service. I think he did that on trade too. Either that or yeah, he did that on trade. So anything that he ever wanted in his life, he's like, hey, I need a new air conditioner. I'm gonna go call on the company that sells Mitsubishi air conditioners, and I'm gonna get me an air conditioner basically for free. So he did it for trade. And then, he did their commercials on his show, and they were an advertiser all year long. That's a good example. So if you're good at negotiating and you can, you determine a price for your services and you go after the thing that you want, and you say, hey, I'll give you equal time on my show for, like, let's say your air conditioner is $2,000. I'll do $2,000. You can be on my show for X amount of time if you give me an air conditioner installed in my home. Done deal, right? And so he did a lot. He did traveling. He did some commercials. I think he did trade for some of the smaller local airlines, not like United or anything, but he did. He would travel to the neighbor islands and he would film on all the neighbor islands. And he did this for literally a couple of decades. He did it for a long time. So if he can do it, you can do it, because things are so much easier now with the internet. You can make your own store. You can make your own TV show. You could be a food critic. You could be whatever you want to be. Just sky is the limit. And so now when people are on YouTube, how they monetize their channel is they do they'll be a spokesperson for some products. I talked about soap before. So let's say you promote their soap and you get people to buy the soap at a link in the description. You know how it is, because everybody does it, right? And like a lot of people tend to be promoting the same kind of thing. So like no matter which channel you watch, everybody's still promoting the same software. They're promoting the same vitamins, the same what do you call those? Food kits, where it's like if the world goes to hell and you can't find food, you buy those. I don't remember what they're called because I'm not interested in it. So anyways, but you get the idea, right? So you can have links, and they're called affiliate links, and you put a link in the description box and people can click on it. If they want to support your channel and they want to buy something, they can do both, kill two birds with one stone. Buy a thing with your affiliate link. So that is equal to what Tiny used to do in his business, is that he would get people to give him gift certificates, and he could use that. He could give that away. He could use that to trade for something else. If you guys watch The Office, I love The Office. So in The Office, the character Dwight, they had like a little swap meet in their warehouse, and Dwight decided he was going to trade this paperclip and get the biggest thing in their little swap meet. So he traded up. He started with a paperclip, and he moved up and he moved up and he moved up. And I think the biggest thing he got was like a telescope. So he paid nothing for the telescope. He traded a little paperclip for something. So, I mean, if you were like very inventive and very curious, you could do something similar in your little small town, right? You can trade for services, and you can use those gift certificates to get something bigger, and then you can trade those to get something bigger. Right. So that was my idea. It was just a little idea I was thinking about making a video on. And I just remembered, like, hey, that didn't fit in my 30-day plan, but I just want to like slide it in there because I thought it was a good idea. Tiny Tadani is brilliant. He was on the radio and he was on TV, and he made a living for himself, like trading and selling. So you could do the same thing too. Just get creative, use the skills that you have, and you can make yourself a flourishing business. So that's all I had to share for today. I hope you got something out of it. Please leave me a comment and tell me this is the kind of business I'm going to start, or, I need help with some ideas. This is what I do. I have a job. I work at, I mentioned this before, the DMV, like what kind of skills do people at the DMV have, or this is my hobby. How can I turn my hobby into a business? I would love to help you. That's really what I'm here for, is I really want to help people. And I got a lot of great ideas. So if you leave me a message, I have my contact information in the description box. I have my email. So you can always email me, and then I'll email back, and then I'll give you some ideas on what you can do and maybe how to get started. Okay, so I thank you and I appreciate you watching my video all the way to the end, like I always say. So please give us a like and a subscribe if you would. I really appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.